Hello and welcome back to Tony Northeastern. And before we get stuck into whatever I'm going to get stuck into, I'm not sure what it is yet, because I seem to make things up as I go along. And well, you know that if you've been following me all the way through the build. So before we get started, I popped down to my local model shop at the weekend. One, just to see if they're open, and two, to get some more brick card because I'm running low. As you know, modelling accessories and bits and pieces are getting scarce, and so I popped into my local model shop and managed to get some more brick card and some more paving for when I get round to doing the street scene here. Now, the model shop I'm talking about is Wicker Models in Porchester. That's W-I-C-O-R Models in Porchester, Wicker Models. I will leave a description below when the video is finished. So, what we're going to be doing next, let's find out. Right, this is the thing we're going to tackle next. The window and door arches. As you can see, I've been having a go at making a template so I can make them all roughly the same. They weren't coming out too well until I changed the blade on my craft knife. And then I got this one here. It's pretty good, so if you can imagine that being painted in this colour here, that would look alright, I think. But it's getting them all the same, especially when you've got them two together and in some places three together. So I'm going to run a test. I'll cut one out on a piece of paper and paint it and see what it looks like before I start sticking them onto the building. As you can see, I have cut one out and stuck it on a piece of card and painted it with the same colour as the sandstone on the windowsills, and it don't look too bad. I think what I'll do is when they are dry on the building is to put some pencil lines in so it looks like stonework. So I think I'm happy with that. So I shall give it a try. So now I've got my little template here. That's for the windows. I started to cut some strips of 12mm paper so I can mark out as many of these windows as possible. I'm going to need 30 plus. I do appreciate all the comments I've been getting, and the good thing is I'm inspiring people to do things for themselves, to build things for themselves, which is good. I mean, that's the reason why I'm doing this, is so people can have a go. So I've cut some strips. Don't know if it's going to be enough. Just make sure your pencil is very sharp when you start drawing around the template that you have created. So just make sure the template is flush with the bottom edge, and then just draw around it, and hopefully they will all end up the same. But if you are using craft knives and you start noticing that the card curls and rolls underneath as you're cutting, that's the time to change your craft knife. So there we go, there's the first one. Let's see how many I can get out of this strip of paper. As you can see, you can get quite a few on a strip of paper. I got 14 on this strip. Right, moving along a little bit now. As you can see, I have glued them onto the station, and I'm not sure how these are going to turn out once they're painted, but I have done the arches slightly different, just using bits of paper and the mid-calf brick. Now, I don't think you can get this mid-calf brick edging anymore on the new cards. It's not there. You get the blue instead. Don't know why mid-calf have changed their pattern. There you go. And so on. So that's one side of the building done. And as for the doors, I had to make a different template because the doors are slightly wider than the windows, but they all finish at the same height, so it looks pretty uniformed. Right, I'm just getting ready to do the arches. I've got 3 little bits of paper there, which I'm going to do for the sides, and that's the top piece. So I'm just going to put them in situ now. I'm just going to extend that glue a little bit and just place that one on top if it'll go. You just want to lift the end up so it slides over the glue. That's it. And try and get it somewhere in the middle. It don't have to be 100% perfect. As long as it lines up with that center bar in the door. Just got to wipe off any of the glue. Make sure it's right. I'm going to do the end bit here. As you probably noticed, I haven't got the blue brick in place here, so I'm just going to have to eye it up with a rule once it's in place. Just drop it onto the glue, make sure the glue gets behind a sheet of paper. Same as before, I'm just using PVA wood glue. Just put a rule across. Alright, wants to go up a couple of bricks. To about there. Yep, I might be with it. It's a bit warm today, and it won't take long for the glue to go off. Right, and put the other bit here. These little tiny bits of paper will be painted to match the sandstone that I've used elsewhere. On the layout. Right, now the brick arches, just put them in place, see if it needs trimming. Which it does. Just got to take a little bit off that corner. Right, let's place that on. Check this side. It's roughly about the same. So all I've done is just took the corner off the brick just to make it fit. Okay, still loose. May have to lose another brick, I think. Fiddly. Yeah. Happy with that? Right, as you can see, I am now drawing round the really tiny template for these smaller windows, where we have two small windows either side of a large window. And here is the template. I'm just going to put it on. Might not stay on, but there it goes. It just goes around that window there. It's slightly smaller, so it won't stick up as high as the bigger windows. So let's just see when we're finished. And here we are. We have all the little arches done for the windows on the main station building. I still have a lot more to do yet with the other two buildings. And here at South Shields we have a nice sunny day, and judging by the look of what you see in front of you, it has changed the look of the building tremendously. Oh, I do like the look at that. I was not sure I was doing the right thing, but looking at that now, yep, I'm 100% sure once those little bits of paper have been painted and weathered, it's going to look it's going to look good. Right, that's all the window arches done now, and there's just one more thing to do before I start painting them, and that's to add the two decorative stones, one there and one there, which requires the same paint. So I might as well do that first, and then I can paint all the masonry at the same time. So let me show you what they look like. Right, so there's the rose window, and I've zoomed the photograph right up so we can have a look at one. That's it there. It's not the bestest of photographs, but as you can see, Well, that's what I'm going to do next. It's funny how they're on the front of the station and not at the back. And here's the rose window at the rear of the station, and as you can see, they're not there. Looks like they never ever were there. Because if you look closely, here's the ridge line of where the original roof would have been. So it would have, you would never have seen that window. So I will only be putting them on one side anyway. The reason being is, although I want to include this window so you can actually see it from the platform, if I put those decorative pieces in here and here, I wouldn't be able to put a roof over the top. So that's why I'm just going to do exactly the same as per the original build. I'll just stick them on the front only. And here is the rough sketch I made weeks and weeks ago now, when I was doing the planning. In front of me I have some pieces of card, 2mm by 7mm wide, 1mm piece of card by 7mm wide, 2 pieces of 10mm by 7mm by 1mm thick with a 3mm hole in, and a rolled up piece of paper which is pre-glued ready. So as you can see, I've done some little measurements on this piece already. Look closely, you can see that. So what I'll do is I'll cut these. Because these will be the full length, 16mm long. And I shall now cut the angle. So these will be the base of the stone. So all the other little bits will be stuck onto this piece here. Oh, yeah. So now we've cut them to 16mm. Now basically what I'm going to do now is glue a piece of this onto there and allowing enough gap underneath to put this curled up paper on, like so. So I shall now measure and then glue a piece on. 13mm. So I want 2 pieces at 13mm. Right, I have trimmed my 2 little pieces at 13mm. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to glue them onto the base card. So we have the apex. And then what will happen then is I'll just cut the apex through the new piece of card. Like that. Right, so now that they're glued, I can now cut through so the apex follows through to the front of the cards that I've just stuck on. This saves me marking it out. Like so. So the next job to do is to glue on the piece with the hole in it. Same again, flush to the top. so that I can cut the apex through yet again. We just cut through the apex yet again, like we did with the earlier piece. And then we should end up with something like that. So we've got a little step here at the minute, so I've just got to chamfer that off at a right angle. And we'll do the same to the other one. And then what we do to finish off, we just stick a piece of this paper in there. So we shall cut that to the same width. And then we'll just glue them on. There we have them. And this is what they look like on the building. I've made them a little bit steeper on the angle. As you can see, I've cut a little bit more off. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the way that they are looking. So the next time you see this station, all of the window arches and the masonry bits will be painted. I have now placed all the buildings back on the platforms, and as you can see, all the window arches are done. It's took me all week to do those. Cut the papers out, glue them, and then paint them. And it has changed the look of the station once again. I have also started to hide some of the white card where I've stuck card upon card. So I've done it to that building, and I've done it to the building right at the top there, but I haven't done it to the main entrance building. Oh look, there's a train just about ready to pull out. That must be for the workers. Oh, I am one of the workers. In fact, I'm the only worker. And if I don't hurry up, I'm going to miss the train. So I think that's all from me this week. And we'll see you again next week. Wait for me. Wait. Oh well, looks like I've missed the only train that's coming in and out of South Shields, the workers' train. See if there's a cab available. Good, looks like I'm in luck. Taxi! Taxi! Oh! Well, that's just my luck. That's definitely it from me this week. And I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, and we'll catch you again next week, and hopefully progress a little bit further. Oh, there's a scooter. I wonder who that belongs to. Looks like I've got transport for getting home anyway. Bye for now. Bye.